In this section of our video, we will describe and demonstrate some recommendations to make it easier for you to move and position yourself safely and more comfortably in the early weeks after your surgery. You will want to obtain several extra pillows to help with positioning in bed. In the first few days after your surgery, it will be more comfortable for you to sleep propped up or with a couple of pillows. Placing a pillow or two beneath the affected arm or arms may help reduce strain on your chest wall, support your arms comfortably, and help relieve early postoperative swelling. Placing another pillow beneath your knees may help as well. Avoid lying fully on the affected side or sides for the first couple of weeks, though placing a pillow or two behind your back may allow you to turn slightly toward an operated side to offer a change of position, particularly if both sides have been operated on. If you have only had surgery on one side, it will be easier to sleep on and get up from the opposite side of the bed, so you can roll to your non-operated side to go from lying to sitting at the edge of the bed. If you have had surgery on both sides, it can be a little more difficult to get up from a flat position, but bending your knees, rolling like a log to the side of the bed, and using your legs as leverage will reduce the amount of pushing you have to do with your arms to reach a sitting position. It will not be comfortable initially to roll onto your side, but if you can roll to the side just briefly, then use the momentum of your legs over the edge of the bed while sitting up rapidly at the same time, it will be easier. When standing up from a seated position, avoid pushing or pulling off the surface with your arm on the surgical side. To make it easier to stand up from a low surface, such as a toilet, try scooting out to the edge of the seat, moving your knees apart and bending a little forward, using your forearms on your thighs while pushing with your legs. You may find it helpful to sit on surfaces that are higher to make the transition easier. Avoid sitting on surfaces that you would sink into, such as soft, low couches, as it will be difficult to stand without the use of your affected arm and abdominal muscles. You can use folded blankets to increase the height of seats that you would like to sit on, or risers under legged furniture to add height. When getting into a car, back into the seat instead of stepping in from the side. When getting out, turn so you are facing out with both feet on the ground before standing up. Again, it may be helpful to have a cushion under you if the seat is low. Some seats slope down the middle, so be sure to stand from the edge of the seat instead of the middle. For bathing, your surgeon will give you guidelines on when you can shower. Use of a long-handled sponge will enable you to wash your back without breaking your precautions with your affected arm. You will likely go home with surgical drains at your incisions, and you will be educated by your nursing staff on drain care. If your surgeon instructs you that it is okay to shower while you have drains, you can use the post-surgical drain belt to support the drains while you are in the shower. Or you may use the belt from a bathrobe or an old necktie. Put the belt or tie around your neck and safety pin the drain to the belt. In your home, have your kitchen temporarily arranged so you do not have to reach up high to get needed objects for the first week, particularly if you are by yourself. Keep milk or other potentially large container drinks in your refrigerator in smaller containers to make it easier for you to lift them. Anticipate that you may need help early on for the small things like opening tightly closed jars. It can be frustrating to be alone and realize how much you rely on your pectoral muscles. A jar opener may be helpful. It may be difficult in the early days to open heavier or self-closing doors. It can be easier to open a door by backing into it if it opens away, or if it has to be pulled toward you, opening it just a little, then wedging your foot in and using your shoulder or the side of your body to open the door may be helpful. Wear shirts that button down or zipper in the front. If you do wear something that you pull over your head, make sure it is loose-fitting and put the sleeve on or take it off your affected arm first. Do not wear constrictive underclothing or bras. In particular, underwire bras will need to be avoided. Here are some general limitations for the first 2 weeks post-surgery. Please review this with your surgeon first, as their instructions may differ to some degree. Avoid raising arms above shoulder height for the first 7 days. After the first week, your healing will be sufficient to begin actively working on exercises with a goal of being able to fully raise your arms overhead within the first 2 to 3 weeks. If you are not able to do this at this point comfortably, your doctor can refer you to a physical therapist to help regain your range of motion. Do not lift more than 5 pounds for the first week, 10 pounds for the first 2 weeks. Do not push or pull anything heavy for the first 4 weeks. This can include opening and closing windows, closing car trunks, pushing open heavy doors. If you encounter a heavy door like a fire door in a commercial building, turn the latch, then turn around and use your back to open the door. Or, if pulling it open slightly, then wedge your foot and body in to help open it. Avoid heavier household tasks like vacuuming or carrying a laundry basket, yard work, etc. for the first 4 weeks. Avoid jogging or high-impact exercises for the first 4 weeks, beginning gradually as you do return. Delay returning to forceful or strenuous arm use or upper extremity weightlifting for 6 weeks. Right from day 1, make an effort to stand up straight and not slouch. Check yourself in the mirror. Using a wall to align yourself more erectly may help, as you may not even be aware that your shoulders are rounded. No driving for the first 2 to 3 weeks, and not while taking narcotic pain medication.